Hey guys, we have something special for you. Basically, we have these beautiful candles that I haven't even wanted to open yet. From Earl of East. And shall we open it?
Yeah, let's do
Okay,
it.
let's do it.
Oh my God. I hate that kind of rusty noise on camera. You know when not camera, on video.
They know we're opening something.
Okay, yeah. Won't be for long. Because I know it's so disrespectful. Okay.
Have we got the right ones?
I've got yours.
Shall we start?
But yeah, guys, we've got these candles, these amazing candles from Earl of East. And I've actually had them before as a birthday gift for my lovely friend Fiona. And they just smell amazing. So we basically, that smells so nice. We basically teamed up with them. We basically teamed up with them to do a cheeky little giveaway for Christmas for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
And to enter, all you have to do is make sure you're following us, Black Girls Living, on all socials.
Mm-hmm. Make sure you're following Earl of East. So their handle is Earl of East, and they have another one, Earl of East London. And underneath this post, you're going to see on Instagram, message us your favourite moment from the podcast.
That's literally all.
And that is your entry.
That's all you have to do.
All you have to do. So I've got Atlas Cedar, which I can't even explain the smell. Definitely cedarwood, white musk. It smells so good. You know when you can't wait to put it in your house.
Yeah,
I don't know if I should put this in the bathroom or the hallway.
Hallway.
It's a hallway smell.
When you come back from work and it's just
it's like it has that calming effect on me.
Mine's just like really strongly smells of jasmine.
Let me smell of yours.
And I've burnt them.
Smells
before.
like me. You're gonna. Oh yeah. You're going to think of me.
Oh. I've burnt these before and they burn really well. Like really, really well. But yeah.
You and your burning.
No.
No, Vic is literally a candle connoisseur, so.
Candle whore. But yeah, you guys get to win one. And you'll have it personalised, right?
Yeah, I think you can actually get it personalised. We'll check. We'll double check that.
Double check. Let me give you false information. And of course, you'll get to tell us which one you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all you have to do. Very simple. Because we've seen all these giveaways that making people jump through hoops.
Yeah.
So you don't have to twerk. You don't have to do nothing.
Yeah, this one is very simple, very easy. We can't wait to give you one.
Okay. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Black Girls Living. You're joined with Vic,
Jasmine,
and we've got a special guest in the building.
Hi.
We'll make some noise. You probably know her voice already. Introduce yourself, hon.
Hi guys, I'm Lizzie. Lizzie Loves on YouTube, if you know me. I'm so excited to be here. I really am. It's nice to see you guys.
But also, you're a co-founder of a music business.
Yes. Kayoni. We specialise in country pendants for the diaspora. Yes, I'm just here to talk about that. I'm so excited.
That's so cool.
Guys. Thank you.
How are you doing today?
Good. A little bit nervous, if I'm being honest.
Oh my God, don't be nervous.
Yeah,
You'll be
please
fine.
don't. Of course, I'm like...
Oh, is it? Oh my God. Honour.
I know, it's actually an honour.
Oh, guys, stop.
No, seriously.
Yeah.
We've been wanting to get this happening for
we
ages.
wanted you on for
Yeah.
You contacted me earlier this year and I just wasn't in the right headspace.
Oh, that's fine.
2020 was like...
It's not bad.
Yeah, honestly,
hitting me.
absolutely fine. Yeah, don't feel any type of way about it.
Thank you. I'm a little bit of a people pleaser, so I'm learning how to be okay with saying no.
How are you getting there? Because it is very hard saying no to people.
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like the guilt of like being like, oh God, I've let that person down? Or
I used to take on a lot of people's like requests of me, and then I think you just have to practice saying no. I think I read a quote somewhere like that of saying no is a really powerful one. So I just try to say no as often as I can and really think about it. And then say yes for the things that I really want to do. But it just feels so organic. I remember like, especially you, Vic, in Snapchat, we used to like interact loads. So just to see the progression of the podcast and podcasts in general, it's just so nice. Yeah, so I'm checking with you guys.
Oh, bless you.
Yeah. But honestly, I've been a fangirl.
Oh, babe.
Yeah,
And
me too.
Oh, come on,
This is too
No, but honestly, like I remember when I met you at the one random night.
The first time was Peckham Palace.
Yeah. Did we meet again?
And then at an event, it was Vamp event for the...
Oh yeah, the stripper
pole,
one.
Yeah, I'm trying to find a better word. Like pole dancing, but there was hustlers. Yeah, it was a premiere for that.
Just
so
walked
good.
in, Vamp, Vamp, they don't mess
Yeah.
about. Gave us a stack of cash, like fake money, and I was like, hell no, please God. It was really a stripper pole.
It was a lot.
Really?
Yeah. It was
actually lit though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds lit.
I went with my older sister. I was like, do you want to go? She's like, okay. I was like, let's just go to the cinema. And we went to the lounge and just relaxed for a bit because it was a little bit much for me. But I enjoyed it for a period of time. I remember you coming up saying, I'm a church girl. I can't be here.
I was like, oh my God. But yeah, how are you? How's life? How's everything?
Yeah, everything's good. I thought I'd come on and be like, hey guys, I'm back on YouTube and just introduce how the last 2 years have been for me. Just reflecting on everything that's happening with 2020 and having a Black business. And yeah, I just thought it was important to mainly speak to people about just the nature of the Black economy and what's going on in the UK and how people can get involved and support and help Black businesses. Because it's something that was really placed on my heart starting off, even before influencing, to be fair. Tiny isn't the first Black-owned business that I've worked for. When I came out of uni, I worked for a company called All Shades Covered.
Oh, wow.
Which was a hair extensions line. They had like $1 million in investments. It was
I remember.
Yeah,
them,
it was
actually.
like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
I was head of like marketing and influencing for them. And it was like my dream job. I had it for about 3-4 months until I had to go into influencing. But that was my first kind of experience in understanding why it was so important to have Black businesses, how it feels to work in a Black business as a Black woman, outside of like the corporate sphere, which is where a lot of my friends went into, and just trying to repeat and create that environment for other Black people. I just think it's so important. So yeah.
It's mad that you're doing that because you're so young and like, because I had that vision once, like, oh, you know when you worked for crazy organisations, obviously run by white people, you think, I just want to create like an organisation for Black women, blah, blah, blah. Let them come in without units, live free.
Amen.
But I don't know if I can do it. But you're actually doing it.
Yeah,
that's dope.
Thank you so much. I'm trying to, I guess, just be an example to show people that it's possible. And as I like move back into social media, I'm going to be quite kind of explicit with how you do things and how to get around things. I think sometimes it's just a gap of knowledge. Yeah. And it's so nice, I think, as things have grown, people are like sharing more, especially for like Clubhouse and stuff like that. It's so nice to see that happening. Regards to the age thing, sometimes I feel like I'm behind this. It's funny.
What? Hey!
I don't know.
Hey!
There's so many of my friends like launching businesses and starting this.
Yeah, but let them launch.
Yeah.
You're so young.
If you're saying you're behind,
what about me? Please, let's take it easy.
I'm still at the starting line.
There's not really.
You're not at the starting line. Don't say that.
It's not really a race. I think it's like an individual thing.
Yeah.
You know, when you
is.
feel like you've held yourself back sometimes. For me, I'm like learning how to push myself out of my comfort zone. And really just try and be as much of an example as I can be. I think I went into like a small solitude the last 2 years and really reflected on like the different rooms that I've been in, especially going to, I graduated from London School of Economics, and sometimes people speak about universities like as if they're not useful anymore. And I guess I just want to help offer a different perspective on how impactful being around certain minds can be for your trajectory, especially for Gen Z, you know. It gets a bit difficult when you get to like 22, 23 because, you know, your life isn't as flexible as it is when you're making those big decisions at 17, 18. So, it's, you know, it's just so helpful to see someone who's gone through it and is now like building and coming out the other side of it. So,
yeah. So tell us more about your journey, because I was actually upset 2 years ago when you said, I'm stepping out.
Not you.
And I thought, you know, I was like, okay, so, you know, she's just saying this, you know, she'll come back with a video in a couple months. It was really 2 years.
Yeah, it's so surprising.
But do you know what, yeah, what I rate that you went, because some people say, I'm going, come back again.
Yeah.
Go. Don't lie. And you really went and you said, I'm gonna fuck shit up. Like some people, I'm going, you know. But you're back. Like, let me miss you. Sorry, but like, on the rules, like I just said, like, did you feel the pressure of people being like, Lizzie, like we miss you, like come back?
Yeah, like every day I would get messages on my like
every
Instagram
day.
and, YouTube for about a year.
They didn't let you rest.
Where are you?
You said
Miss
you
thinking
like
of
you.
you. No, but it was so nice.
But I firmed it inside. I was like,
God.
I'll go back every now and then. Like, she really did it. But I I understood. I understood your message.
But do you know what's mad, Lizzie? So there's people who will literally say to you, I miss you and we miss your content. And there's people like Jazz that, I'm not saying you're bad, but I think you're a bit more mature in a sense, like, I get what she's doing.
Yeah.
Like, but I do miss it. But there's so many of us like, shit, we miss you though. Like, how does that feel like?
It's a bit surreal, if I'm being honest. But I just tried to stay focused on my path. But to answer your question, thank you, by the way.
I know. I feel like I'm all the listeners. Go explain yourself.
No, they're happy right now that you've done this.
Let's start from the beginning. So I remember starting YouTube 2015, and it was honestly an escape from university because everyone was going into like law and finance and corporate, and I was just like, I'm too much of a free spirit for this. Like, and my first look into the industry, beauty industry, was I had an insight day at L'Oreal. I remember going there and they were doing like this marketing workshop, and I was amazed because I never knew like there was a business behind beauty. I was just like, I just thought you go to the shops, you buy things, put on your face, and I was always obsessed with like hair, makeup, always been like that. So that's when I was like, okay, I want to get into media. I tried to apply for a role there, but I didn't get it. So I was just like, okay, I'm going to start YouTube. I started YouTube as an escape from the real world, honestly, because at that time, 2015, it was still very much offline. Like people weren't really as online as they are now. And then it just kind of grew really, really fast. And that was really encouraging, but it was also quite scary, if I'm being honest, because as a people pleaser, boundaries and this and that, it became something that I had to think about more than just do and be a creative spirit. So that's why I felt like at the point where I said I was leaving, it was really important for me to be like, okay, guys, I'm going to go and work on myself. Like, personal development is something that's been so important for me. I don't know why, but I never like feeling like I'm not progressing in life. And when I get to a stage where I feel like I can't creatively grow or help people, it's important for me to take a step back and reflect. In saying that, I think I'm always working with God with what I'm doing, and I don't think it's a coincidence that everything has come to light in 2020 with regards to like black economy and black business, and me being in the position to like speak about it and have that example, because that is my intention, to be an example and to show, especially young girls, that you can do this regardless. Like, even if you try this and it doesn't work out, you can do something else. And showing that journey is so important to me. So thank you. I'm sorry. I hope that's a long explanation.
So what have the past 2 years been like for you then?
Yeah. So I left and I was like, I'm gonna start this business. So like ignorantly, not really knowing what I was doing. So the first 6 months were a huge roller coaster. To backtrack, I met Rochella. She gifted me one of her pieces in November 2017. And I got really into watching Gary Vee videos because you know him, he's like...
Do you find him a bit aggressive though?
He was aggressive, but I like a bit of aggressive.
Do you think that... I get why. Because initially I was confused, but I was like, it's because it's... Because honestly, Jess, he said, you lot are screaming about you want to make content, but where's the content? And I was like... It's so...
Who's this? Gary Vee.
Gary Vee. Just watch at least one video.
I'm scared now.
It hits you. No, because then you start...
Oh, he packs a punch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I watched one video on him on Happiness and you hear his voice and you even start to fake smile because... Nah.
Gary Vee, he touches your spirit.
Yeah.
And I think in 2017, I was like watching him religiously and he was talking a lot about building brands and e-commerces. yeah, and it just really, really inspired me. So when I met Rochelle and when she gifted me, I could see on her social media and her website how like my creative eye could really come in and do something with it. And the pieces in general, it just reminded me of me being 15, 16, 17 and how much I love jewelry and, you know, the slicks and the hair. And like, that was my whole vibe. So creating that space for something to thrive online was something that I was feeling more passionate than YouTube at the time. So it was quite easy for me to mentally make this shift. I just didn't really realize the impact it would have on like, everyone else. But now I have more awareness, especially through therapy. That's something that I did in the last 2 years. It was so hard for me to start though, like, because my sister, she recommended it to me a bit earlier. I was like, oh, I'm fine. You know, when you're young, you're like, no, I don't need it. Yeah. And then it got to the point I was like, I probably should start speaking to someone about all of these experiences because, you know, especially when you're doing something different, not a lot of, you can't relate to a lot of people and you have to speak to God or like just go through the path alone. So having that safe space through therapy was just amazing. It made me rationalize a lot of my experiences as adolescents and allowed myself like to forgive myself as well and understand things that are out of my control, especially being a black woman. You know, sometimes you feel like you have to take on the world and society treats you like you're invisible, but then you're hyper visible at the same time because you have to do everything. And I was just like, this is a bit mad.
For reals.
This is actually a bit mad. So therapy allowed me just to step back and be like, Liz, you're allowed to take time for yourself. You're allowed to rest. You know, you don't have to be everything for everyone. And that was the biggest lesson, especially with not even just online, but like personal life as well. Like, you have to fill your cup up first before you can.
Oh, absolutely.
Say that again for them, please. Say again. No, because I want them to hear that one. Go on.
It's so important to fill your cup up before you can give to anyone else, before you can, you know, build anything. You have to make sure you're full. I also read a book within these 2 years by Queen Afua called Sacred Women.
Okay.
And it talks a lot about health and like just focusing on that first before anything else, because from that point onwards, you're able to go forth and do whatever you need to do. And that's something I've like really tried to work on in the last 2 months, both mentally, spiritually, emotionally.
Do you feel when you left YouTube and you're like kind of did a career shift actually?
Yeah.
Did you kind of feel like, oh man, I'm missing this bag? Because you were doing really well.
Yeah.
Like you were a staple in the Black British women YouTube community. Definitely, that's
I didn't
undeniable.
see it, you know.
Did you know?
I didn't. I was so like in my own world,
Oh, bless you.
in my mind, that I didn't see it. And I think also that's why it's so important to have the right people around you, because it wasn't reflected to me in real life. So that's where I was like, okay, when I came out of it, I could see my impact. And it was really amazing. So I was like, oh, you know.
But the thing is, your impact hasn't gone. So it's like, it's always there. Yeah. But like, did you ever have those worries like, damn, like I know influence is not an easy job, but did you ever have those thoughts like, damn, I could just make this video promoting, I don't know, for example, let's take L'Oreal and be settled for a month or so. You know, but because when you're building a business, I know it's already established, but you've added so much that brand is undeniable now. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I think people don't even know that it's connected.
Yeah, I don't think they do.
I love that. That was my intention. Like, I actually wanted to start it and be like, you guys know that it's me, but you don't all know it's me. And I wanted to even have the test for myself. At the time, I didn't have confidence. I didn't have the confidence that I do now. So doing something outside of myself that wasn't about like the way I looked or my influence, it's an example in itself of look what I can do without, you know. But yeah, with regards to your question about missing the bag, of course, it comes back around, you know, like the value that you add to society is undeniable when you have something to give. And especially the internet and understanding the internet, it's there forever. Just as long as you're consistent with it and stuff.
Definitely.
So and we're so young and it's so new. So I'm like, how can I have those type of worries? Especially when I have something building inside of me that I know I need to like go forth and do. But it was hard turning down money. But it's a practice. Wow. As you like, you know, progress and you get more opportunities, the can be distractions from what you're actually meant to be doing. And I think that was a learning lesson. I think the biggest one I turned down, I tweeted the other day, was £10,000.
Hey, girl!
I know, and that was the
Let me
most
collect it for
money
you.
I was ever given. And 2 years ago, for some skincare pictures on you.
I'm finished.
Wait, hold on a minute. But that's because she knew the trajectory that God had inside for her. Because me,
she stayed focused.
That was the hardest one, I think, because it's just a house deposit, or a bit more.
Of course, Lizzie, why you say it like that?
But there's more to do.
Because now look, your business is 6 figures.
Yeah, the main thing that I wanted to do in that was to give opportunities for Black creatives. And we've done so much work. Like, one girl I want to shout out is Chanel Kennedy. She's a photographer, and she started with me when she was 15 years old, and she was taking like my Instagram pictures and stuff. And now she's working for Guap. She's like photographed for so many musicians, and and now she's probably like 18.
That's incredible.
So just to see her growth, and there are so many young girls that I've like worked with in that way. So that in itself feels more fulfilling than what I was doing 2 years ago. So now I'm doing like a career shift of trying to blend them together. It'll work in about 2 years' time. A lot of the time my thoughts are a bit ahead, and I have to like bring them back to reality.
No, that's amazing. So you're literally creating jobs for Black women and working with them. How does that feel? Like, how does it feel being a boss?
No. It's a personal journey. So do you have to manage a team, or you just kind of is it, do you have your hands in different kind of pots of the business? Are you doing finance? Are you doing marketing? So Rochelle and I, we split our roles. Like, she's more of the operational side of things, because I'm not organized, and admin I just can't. But I'm more like strategy, marketing, influencer marketing, and just trying to see the projection of the brand and forecasting it with the finances, allocating the budgets. I do a lot of the shoot organising for the website when we have new products in. We go from having full-time employees. So this summer we had about 5 people on, and we communicate via Slack. We've been quite digital from the beginning as well, which is so nice. Shoots, usually freelancers, using a lot of like photographers, models, influencers. And now we're working about full-time with one girl. She's in uni. She used to work at Pandora, so she's in that jewelry sector. She does like helps with our customer service and social media. Yeah, hopefully next year we can like work with more people again. So it's kind of intermittent. My main aim is to just provide kind of a vehicle. So say like 16, 17, 18-year-olds want to come in and learn some digital skills, like whether it's to how to engage an audience on social media, or building an e-commerce brand and the back end of stuff. It's providing that space.
Yeah, because I think that's probably the biggest issue. It's not that, Black people, we don't have the capacity or the ability to do things. It's just that we do not know how to go about certain things. I think even in the podcasting industry, like, we don't really know like the real tea. Do you get what I mean? So me and Vic were constantly just trying to figure something out. But if someone was there and said, you just have to do this, or, this is the person to talk to, it would make things so much easier.
Yeah.
And it's good that you have for people.
It's so important for us. Like, I think the Black community, there is a lot of communication to do.
Yeah.
For us to move forward. Like, a lot of my passion comes from looking at our elders, and how much, they've done. I think of my mum often. She's like my biggest inspiration. She came over when she was 26. Just working like a lot of our parents. And she was excellent in the way of, she always had multiple streams of income, single-handedly, like, paid off her mortgage. But the biggest I know is like a 5-bedroom house. I just feel like I have a lot.
Goodness. No wonder, look at this is the vision. No wonder, that's why you're so excellent.
She's something. She is something. I'm just like, okay. I just have these memories of her like working, and
You would think, why is this woman working like this? Just chill, take it easy.
Honestly, she didn't stop.
Wow.
She didn't stop. There's 3 of us, but on her side, and then 5 of us in total. We're all very creative, but yeah, she was a really, really big example for me. So she was a science teacher at secondary school, and then when she came home, she would tutor like all the kids from our area. I think from 4 p.m. till 9 p.m. until Monday to Saturday. And she was always on to me like, Liz, these people are coming to pay me to do your GCSEs. Come and read. You need to read. She was so on to me in regards to education, but just seeing how much she did, I think it showed me that it was possible. Yeah, but in the same breath, it's kind of sad. Think about our elders in general, like how much they've given to this country. And they're not looked after in the way that they should be. So I think that's where my passion comes with Black business. Like, how can we create an economy for ourselves that allows us to be protected and allows us to be able to really progress. And if we want to move back, we can move back. If you want to go here, we can. It's not the fact of, oh, you're being deported or this or that. Like, it's actually mad.
It's mad.
Yeah.
It's actually mad. I'm like,
mad this one.
I can't believe this. So, yeah.
It's like the Windrush thing. When I deep it, I would get pissed off. How can you get people to come here to work and you're sending them back?
Yeah.
Are you?
Yeah.
No.
It
After
dehumanizes
years.
them.
Only just UK. Only just UK. Like, even with the coronavirus, they're calling health professionals to come back. I'll never forget that poster I saw, the Black woman. I said, ain't no way. It's the same people you're going to deport. Okay, cool. It's mad disheartening because, like, especially when our family members or the elders are working and they don't have anything, like no ownership, nothing. And kind of like what you said, they're not looked after. So when a lot of us, we don't even talk about pensions, don't talk about life insurance, nothing like that with our parents. So when it comes to, that's why sometimes like our parents, like sometimes my dad says like, you look after me. Sometimes I feel like he's like even reassuring himself. He's like, you look after me when I'm older.
Oh, bless.
Oh, bless
I'm like,
him.
chill, like it's fine. Like,
Yeah,
duh. Like, this is your house. We'll stay here. I'm not can't afford to move, so we'll be living here until I'm 40. But my thing is, you know, some white people, you know, when they're just their parents are in a care home like that.
Yeah.
I think some care homes you have to pay for it.
Yeah.
But it's like, I think that's through pensions and stuff. But if with us, we don't have that knowledge.
Yeah.
So it's like you're working for this country.
Yeah. Even like at my job, they're all speaking about their pension and what. I'm clueless. I'm like, I'm paying it. I'm doing my bit, but I have no idea like what it's all about.
But it's good you're paying it, just because I have a friend who took it out of her pay because she said, I don't want to pay this £100, or I can't remember what it was. Like, and I was like, sis, I don't know if that's the right decision. Yeah. But I don't micromanage people's finances. Live your life in it.
Yeah.
When you get there, you get there in it.
Yeah.
It is a lot. I remember we had to go through that process when looking after my mum. And it's not as much as you think it is, even on a standard salary, you know, and like health costs a lot. Like eating good food these days that isn't injected, whatever they put in our food. You know,
are you vegan?
Not anymore.
Okay. How long were you for?
I was a solid vegan for about 6 months, I would say.
6 months?
Yeah.
Why are you laughing? I know you're not laughing there.
Have you been vegan?
How long?
No.
How long were you?
No, about the same, 5 months.
Okay.
But that's why I'm laughing, because I'm like, I can relate. Because I remember watching the video when you first...
Yeah,
when you... Sorry.
To which language?
Oh, shut up. Why is this watch always getting involved? It's actually annoying. I'm taking it off. Yes, but it's hard, isn't it?
It was hard. I got tired of eating bread because when I got so busy, I was just like, let me just have bread. I was like, no. Sometimes I feel like, especially depending on how many vegan spots are around you.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like,
absolutely.
you
I think that's the
all the
hardest
time.
thing. You know, like when you have a normal diet, I guess, you find lots of meals that you can kind of make easily. But when you're vegan, you're just like, all I can have is beans on toast.
And avocado. I had so much avocado and tomato and sourdough bread.
What's that thing they say? Is it jackfruits?
Yeah, and
I've never had that.
No, what's the one?
I think it's
eggplant
jackfruit
or something like that.
Yeah,
Eggplant.
aubergines.
You know what pisses me off when they do the cauliflower?
Wait, what got? Is it cauliflower?
The cauliflower
What's
wings.
it? Wings.
I'm like,
How rude that
This
is.
is not.
What does it taste like?
It's cauliflower
No, you're rude.
with barbecue sauce.
It
on top.
is.
It's not wings. And you know, you start dreaming. It's tasting like
Yeah,
chicken.
because they make it look good as well. So when you see it, you're like,
Can I
like,
ask something about veganism? Is it imagination? I don't mean to be rude, but like when you eat the cauliflower, do you have to imagine the taste of chicken? I'm being so serious. Or you just eat that and firm
no,
it?
do you know what? I think there has to be a shift in your brain. So it's like you kind of have to get the meat craving out of your head first. And then you start exploring and you're like, this wouldn't be something that I would usually eat, but it actually tastes nice. But you don't start thinking, oh, this is meat. That's where you go wrong. But you just have to start appreciating like the actual food that you're eating. You start appreciating the sweet potato a bit more. Like the sweet potato just tastes good.
I got another question. Did you guys feel bad when? What was the moment? Did you crave chicken? Like, did you smell KFC? And did you feel bad when you made that transition?
Yeah, you go first.
I didn't feel bad. I think the smell of jerk chicken when it's just being smoked, that's the thing that would always get me. And then I didn't feel bad because I started to feel sick from being vegan.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, bless you.
I probably need to go to a nutritionist. I don't think you should like completely switch and then I don't know. It just didn't really feel good. So you know when you feel like you're doing the best thing for your body at that time?
Yeah.
I stick with that. But now I just try to eat as organically as I can. And just not have too much meat.
Where are you shopping at the moment? Because that's what I find is really hard to find like a really good organic place to shop where they have a wide variety. Because if you go to Tesco or whatever, they might have organic spinach, for example, but they don't have anything else organic.
Yeah.
So you're like,
My sister started ordering this thing to our house called the Odd Box.
Okay.
I'm not sure if you heard of it, but they can come weekly and there'll be a box of fruit and veg. And it's like this big. And it just has a variety of seasonal fruit and veg that you can have. And it's not expensive at all. Like 12 to 20 pounds.
That's not bad.
For a lot. And it's all organic. So that's been really helpful.
okay.
Other than that, Waitrose, if I'm feeling bougie. But it's not easy though.
No,
it's
it's
actually
not.
not easy. And I don't like Tesco food anymore. I feel like it's gone
Yeah,
down.
I agree.
Like the fruit isn't banging.
Yeah, the fruit is not good quality. I find it goes off quite quickly as well.
I like M&S.
I love M&S.
They're grapes.
They're just not very local to me. Like my closest one is about 20 minutes away, 30 minutes away.
Did you feel bad when you ate meat again? Like, how did it happen?
For me, it's a slippery slope. So I think I was vegan and then I went to my mum's. And obviously I know my mum's going to cook that good. So I'm like,
What's she cooking?
What did she make? I think she made oxtail with rice and peas and coleslaw. And I was just like, you know what?
Did you say fuck?
Just what?
What's veganism?
What is that? What is veganism? Yeah, I did.
But was
And
everybody,
do you know-
everybody
and do you know what,
gasp
yeah?
when they saw you eat the chicken?
No, because I always manage people's expectations. I'm like, if you put this food in front of me, I'm going to eat it.
You're smart.
Yes. Yeah, and then I think after that, your brain is just like meat, and then it just kind of it ruins it. But yeah, I didn't necessarily feel bad because I felt like, oh, I've done it for 5 months, so like I've done very well. If you get what I mean.
Yeah.
Have you ever considered it?
Yes, but I think I'd need to move out because I know. Yeah, I think I'd need to move out because
It's all the food that would be cooked around you. Yeah,
because
it's hard.
The smoked turkey.
Turkey.
I must say, like, I can't smell that. I can't.
Yeah, it's smelling it and knowing that you're not gonna. You're not partaking.
And the way
it's
my
hard.
family is, I don't want to say they're bullies, but my parents are jokers. Like, even when I used to eat healthy, they used to. I saw a tweet that said, "How black people are the only people that mock you for eating salad."
Yeah.
I used to get mocked for being pescatarian when I started.
My parents, they used to mock me all the time. Look at you. Oh yeah, what was it? Oh, look at Oyinbo for white people food with their pasta and prawns. What's wrong with pasta and prawns? So if I dare said I was going vegan, my parents
it would be a wrap.
they'll be like, oh, look at you, you're eating jollof with no meats. Miss less jollof.
The funniest thing is when they come and join you in that. My dad recently went pescatarian, but when I first went pescatarian when I was like 18, it was like the joke of the town.
Oh no.
Like, oh, you're pescatarian, but they'll say Pakistani, and it was like,
what?
Don't say that.
No,
Don't
so no.
pescatarian. I'm like, no. But yeah, now for health reasons, they will like switch over now and do this and do that. So I think sometimes it just takes for the younger people to start. They will mock you. And
no, you're so right. Because my dad will be like, "Can you leave me some of that?" I'm like, "Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting that." But yeah, let's talk about your business. And would you ever consider taking on another one or launching another business?
Well, at the minute, I'm in the process of rebranding my old Instagram into something. Can't speak on it too much yet, but hopefully it can be another vehicle to help support Gen Z in terms of getting into business. Definitely in the beauty space. I think jewelry was a nice start. My natural ability and like inspiration comes from like skincare and beauty. So hopefully next year.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So we're not capping here. Your skincare video, I remember, was a black soap one.
Yeah.
I remember did you go to a shop and they said you had nice skin or something? I can't remember that video. I remember that video. It went very viral. I remember you going to a shop. I don't know why.
Couple skincare videos on my channel.
Cool.
Yeah, everyone really loved them. So yeah, hopefully something in that area. I love that. And mainly, I think working towards kind of a digital school that can help equip young people with digital skills like learning social media, paid advertising, and all of that. I'm trying to create, a system. It's quite big in my head, so it takes some time for it to come into reality. So more time than not, on my YouTube channel, I'll put links of any updates and things that are changing around. It's a little bit sporadic at the minute, but it'll all come together.
What's your thing for YouTube? So because I've seen your latest video and it's really, really great.
Thank you.
And I think
so
people are going
much.
to be like, oh, wow, we're really growing with you sort of
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, definitely.
Are you going to get back into vlogging or is it going to kind of mainly focus on the business element?
What do you guys think? Because I'm quite open-minded. I'm going to do like the content that I've already pre-filmed, which is the business side. And that just acts as my portfolio mainly.
Hey guys, this episode is brought to you by BetterHelp. They are basically an online platform where you can get affordable therapy. So it beats that whole thing. If you've been to traditional therapy where you're waiting in a waiting room and it's just awkward, you get nervous, you could just do it all online. You can send a message to your counsellor anytime. And it's basically more affordable than traditional therapy. And there's also financial aid.
Licensed counsellors, they specialise in depression, stress, anxiety, relationships, and anything you share is going to be confidential, of course. It's very convenient, very affordable. You can literally message them at any time.
Yes, sir. Yeah, so if you want 10% off, you can go on the link, betterhelp.com/living and get some money off.
Yeah, you'll get 10% off of your first month if you use our link. So that is betterhelp.com/living. Without the G, guys, without the G.
So yeah, guys, that's betterhelp.com. BetterHelp, HELP.com.
But I do want to like do vlogs and stuff.
We love a cheeky vlog.
We love a vlog.
We love a
What do
cheeky
you guys
vlog.
watch on YouTube? Like, what's your
vlog.
fave at the minute?
Let's get into it. Go on.
What's her name? Aaliyah's Face.
Tell them.
Yeah, she's got a great personality.
Yeah, she really has. Of course, Annie Dreyer.
Yeah, she's got.
Shantania Beckford as well. Love the vlogs. Absolutely love them.
You love the vlog.
I'm joking. So Jazz. I'm so joking.
No, but I genuinely feel like there's been a kind of shift in the community. Like I feel like, you know, we're all about the makeup and the skincare. Maybe not even skincare as much, but makeup bag, like that's all kind of like we've all grown together.
Yeah,
it's still there, but I think the girls are really loving the vlogs at the moment. Vlogs are really, really key.
Yeah.
We're just nosy. We're
know,
nosy as hell.
Someone that works in marketing said at the start of the year, I can't remember who it was now, but they said personality is going to be key for 2020.
Oh, absolutely.
And I didn't really think anything of it. And it really is because, as you said, like people like Aaliyah, great personality. I really like Oyinade.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah.
think
You
I've
mentioned.
subscribed to her.
Like, I can't, when she drops a video, it's like I want to tell her, this, you've really made my week with this vlog. Like,
Oh, it's so lovely.
yeah, but it's a voyeurism. We're just nosy. Like,
Yeah.
but obviously you can be protected. Like, you don't have to show your kids face.
Yeah, no.
Like, literally, if you show me you eating cereal,
Yeah, I'm there.
I'm watching
I'm
it.
like, what cereal are you even eating? Tell us what cereal.
She'll even, like, Andrea will pour it in. I'm like, Kellogg.
I'll even be like, oh, that's a very nice bowl. Where'd she get her bowl from? Like, you just love it. I love everything
You
about
don't,
vlogs.
you don't even have to show me because I think that's what influencers feel like. Oh, I don't want to show too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, show me the bare minimum. Show me
Yeah.
you. Do you know what I love actually? I love when influencers I used to watch start of lockdown, Chintzy and Sophia,
Oh yeah.
and they would show pictures of them taking pictures. And I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
that's how they do it. Then the car park, they're like, guys, this is the behind the scenes. I'm like, right. Balance the camera on the car. I said, man.
But it's just everything. Like I think some people as well, they might think, oh, I don't have anything to show, but we don't care. We just show us you doing nothing.
Show me your lazy day at home so I can feel like I relate.
I think there was even a vlog that you did. I don't know if you was moving house or you just cleaning.
Yeah.
I was watching it.
Yeah. I didn't know whether it was like pointless content. So I was like, oh.
And was you cooking? You was cooking with your brother?
Brother,
I was
yeah.
like, enjoying it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, there's a YouTuber like Lexa C and Lexa C Kike A, I think her name is.
Mm-hmm.
And I like Lisa's vlogs. Who else? I think that's it. I mainly watch British black girls.
Yeah, me too. Even
British black
Chanel Ambrose, because she's just moved house. I'm watching her unpack stuff, ordering new stuff, unboxing it.
She's so great.
Any type of vlog.
Yeah,
I
love Jay's vlog as well. Do you know what? I watch all the British black girls vlogs. When
So
I have a
love
day
them.
off, I will literally just, especially on Sundays,
Yeah.
I'll
Sundays
just
are
sit
the
there.
best.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll do the vlogs. I do get nervous, not gonna lie, but yeah.
But
I
don't
love
feel
ed- I
pressured.
love
Yeah,
editing them.
yeah.
You know what? Sorry.
I love editing them. So,
Okay.
Yeah, it's my fave.
How long does it take you to edit?
It can take anywhere from like 2 hours to 2 days, depending on what it is.
Wow.
If I'm really focused on the edit and making it fancy and beautiful, it can be 2 days. If it's just something quick, then about 2 hours.
Because I'm wondering how the girls are doing Vlogmas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Them guys don't sleep. I remember going on a trip with all of the black British babes early, like 2016. We went to Cyprus, and at that time, Tootsie Tangent Diana.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she was doing Vlogmas. And I said, this is a work ethic. Like, that's when I proper saw work ethic, because she would be vlogging, and then we'll be going out doing our, influencer stuff. Then she'll come home to the hotel and start editing.
Oh my
And
goodness.
we'll finish at like 3 a.m, wake up at 6, start vlogging again.
Oh my
So
gosh.
it's a grind. I don't think I could ever commit to vlogging, but maybe like
Every
fortnight,
now and
every
then,
now and then. Yeah.
Yeah. That works for us. We'll take wherever we get. What about that, your latest video? How long did it take to edit that? Because that was really, really
Thank
good
you.
editing.
Honestly, I was actually procrastinating, if I'm being very honest. So I was looking for all the footage and not really knowing, it's your first video, like, what am I gonna...
Yeah.
So I allowed myself like 2 hours before I said 6 p.m. and I just edited something. So it took about 2 hours.
Yeah, you're very
Oh.
intentional with how you edit, like the
Yeah.
voiceovers, the kind of
Clips that.
screenshots
Yeah.
you piece together. Yeah, it's very
Thank you.
intentional.
Yeah, it isn't. I think if you prepare and you organize and you know what you want to say, then when it comes to actually doing it, it shouldn't take too long. But yeah, moving forward, I think 2 days I'll try and spend, because you want to be proud of what you're putting out.
Yeah,
there.
definitely.
Definitely.
All right. So giving us the tea, what would you say has been your biggest challenge in starting your business?
Such a good question. I think navigating the space as a young Black British woman, you're rare. Do you get what I mean? And people aren't gonna take you in, so you have to
Bust down the door.
basically, you have to be like, yeah, I'm here, I'm doing this, because they won't see you. They actually won't see you. So I think coming into the startup scene, that's been something to get used to, and just to be like, I'm okay, even if I'm by myself and no one's like coming in and supporting me, let's say, just persevering through that. And also, like, with business, you're the heartbeat of it. Like, you have to be doing whatever you're doing every single day, regardless. So I think having that momentum and sticking with it regardless of what other people are thinking or what your thoughts are saying, and just sticking with it consistently, I think that's been also something that I've learned how to do with time. I think I really needed something to help me stay on track, because you know there's so many options and things that you can do with your life. So I think business has really helped in regards to that. And just general building up my confidence. But yeah, the hardest thing is being a Black young British woman. The only thing that I think saves me is my mentor or my old boss, Tommy. He's the one who started All Shades Covered, and having that experience, it gave me so much confidence, because it's like, okay, I've seen someone who's done this and I can go ahead and do it. And him being quite respected in the startup Black scene as well is kind of helps, because at least I know I feel kind of covered in that regard. Yeah, because it can be quite lonely. A lot of entrepreneurs speak about how lonely the journey is. So for me, it's like learning how to cultivate a community around me of similar like-minded people who are doing the same things. And there's a few coming up now, and like amazing women who I can be inspired by as well, and like learn and grow from. Business has often for me been a reflection of what's going on internally. So if there's something going on internally, it's reflected in my business. So I have to like fix that and then do business.
Okay.
So it's that balancing act.
Have you had to do like raise capital?
No.
Okay, so all self-funded sort of
All
thing.
self-funded. We started with
incredible.
£5,000 and we flipped it to 100k. Yeah.
Mad.
That's why I'm trying to do things that, you know, people haven't seen before, so you know it's possible.
Yeah.
You know, because you could use that from retail money. It's not big money, but it's your intention, you know, and like.
Was that a lot of savings from influencing?
So I put in 2.5, and then Michelle and my partner put in 2.5.
Okay, amazing.
Yeah, and then savings with regards to influencing, I've just used that for other investments and stuff.
That's so smart.
We've just been trying to flip what we've invested initially. So yeah, I think our highest earning month this year was 26k in June.
Wow.
That was a crazy month.
Yeah.
That's when I did my crazy marketing. I was like, okay, I can see like Black Pound Day had started and like unfortunately everything that was happening in regards to just, you know, the Black economy and stuff. So I used that as a way to drive sales, and yeah, that was crazy.
Do you feel so with that whole the global outcry and Black Lives Matter movement? Of course, that movement is not new to us, but
100%.
you know, after the tragic incident with killing of George Floyd, a lot of businesses have flourished and are still flourishing now. Yeah. But some businesses have flourished and then it's just there's no support
dropped
after
off.
That. Have you seen that, or have you guys kind of been like, okay, it's really exposed us to people who actually really mess with the brand like properly?
I feel like it helped cement us as a Black business, because when there's one thing you calling yourself a Black business and, you know, doing what you're doing on Instagram and socials and stuff, but there's another thing like your community supporting you and just tagging you. Like every single day we're getting tags and likes and shares, and the organic growth. That's something that I will always be so grateful for, because that's really a testament of what the community wanted, just to help support businesses that can help the economy and can help us. So yeah, the dropping off, I think
sorry, I was going to cut you. I was going to say, I think I've seen that more with influencers rather than businesses. Because I've seen some influencers is like, I've just gained 20,000 followers and people are dropping off, but also they're not liking.
Okay.
So it's affecting engagement.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot going on with regards to just Instagram in general. I can't really keep up, if I'm being honest. It's a lot. Yeah, and I think even that's another reason why I wanted to kind of diversify what I did online, because for me, influencing, it is great. It is great, but I think the term is quite broad, and people just see it as maybe posting pictures on Instagram. And no, you can do so many different things and call yourself an influencer. Even the fact people call me that, I was a bit perplexed. I was just like, I'm just posting, videos on YouTube.
Do you think the market has changed though? The industry, like I guess the influencing industry has changed in the last 2 years.
I think definitely, yeah. I think as the platforms have grown, people have had to adapt, and I think people require more from influencers, and you have to do more as an influencer to stay relevant. I think as we go into 2021, as mentioned, I think personality is going to be a lot. And I also think just generally people are more conscious about what they're taking in and they're buying, and, so it's going to create a shift in that industry. It's always growing though, like there is a lot of money there, so it's going to continue to grow. Marketing's always been quite big, but yeah, my main thing is just supporting influencers' mental health and ensuring that they're good, because I know it's not easy.
Yeah, let's talk about that, because I know you said about before you went to therapy. Being the influencer, putting your life out there, how does it affect your mental health? And how do you kind of
stay afloat?
Yeah.
Good question. It's a big question. I think the most important thing is being aware of your mental health state. So when it is being affected, and the times when my mental health was most effective is when I wasn't aware that I needed to be aware of my mental health. So I don't know if I've gone around in a circle, but the things that I do, it feels more than me. So I just rely on God a lot now, because it can be overwhelming, There's loads of people knowing you. And it's different now to back when I started. I didn't do it with the intention of having loads of followers. So it's kind of just a responsibility that you have to take on. Do you get what I mean? And I try to make sure that I'm as mentally okay as possible, so that whatever I'm creating, you're feeling that, and it's healing and it's inspiring. That's what pushes me to always fill my cup up and always make sure my mental health is okay. And when it wasn't okay, when I had to go to therapy, I was like, I never want to be here again. Like, I never want to be as low as I got. It's really empowering coming out of that, though, when you are in a low mental state and you can see your own journey of like, I was here and every day I was thinking these thoughts, and now I'm here and I don't feel like that. Like that in itself brings me so much joy and gratitude. Like every day I'm just so grateful to be alive and not have like intrusive thoughts or feeling like unworthy. And your mental can do a lot.
Definitely. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, my experience is a little bit different to, I say, someone who hasn't done influencing, because I think I was quite young in terms of 21, 22. You don't really know what boundaries are in the same way when you get older. So for me, boundaries was a big thing, like understanding I don't have to take on everyone else's opinions, advice. I can just do what I want to do and see it as a blessing, but just don't take it on. Do your own thing. That's one of the main things I kind of try to stay aware of when it comes to my mental health. Yeah.
And how about imposter syndrome? Have you ever suffered from that?
Yeah, every day, babe. It's horrible. It's actually horrible. I think I had that definitely with influencing. So I was creating, babes. You know when you're just like creating in your room and you're just like
creating.
I was doing my little videos. But yeah, like I'm actually quite shy and introverted. So it takes a lot of energy for me to like come out and talk to people, and so I felt that a lot then. With business now, I don't feel it as much because it's more results. Like you have to put the work in to get the results. So it's A to B, and I like that. So it feels like I've worked for it a bit more. With influencing, there's a lot of luck. I can't lie. There's a lot of luck that comes into it as well. A lot of people do try, but not everyone gets there. So when you do get there, you're like, oh, and you don't want to F it up, and you're like, sometimes you can't overthink it. But again, I'd literally just try to trust in God and stay focused on my path and know that I wouldn't be able to do certain things if I wasn't meant to be there. So I try to keep that thought.
Mm.
The imposter syndrome is not nice
It's
at
not.
all.
It's
And
the ghetto.
Yeah. Have you guys dealt with that?
Yeah. Pretty much my whole career. I need to seek help. Because like people compliment me. I'm just like, I don't know why you're complimenting me. Like literally, I'm doing nothing special.
You're doing great.
Yeah. Vic always like belittles herself. She always talks herself down. And I'm just like, you are actually amazing.
Thanks, Jess. But do you know what? Yeah, I will give myself. I work fucking hard. That I will give myself. But I don't. It's when people are like, your girl. No, I work like a crazy person.
Hard, yeah.
Some of the things I've done, I work like no. It's not. I'm never gonna lie to you. What I actually work like a crazy person sometimes.
I love that.
So it's not like I don't. That's the thing. I think I was talking to my friend about it. I never want people to see me or what I'm doing and think, oh, that's easy. That's goals. Or she got that through. Or she's, no. I work like somebody. Like I've even had times where managers have been like, chill. So yeah, but I get what you mean by imposter syndrome. Sometimes I do think, when will there be a day where I'm like, I think, oh, I'm worthy of all this success, or I'm worthy, not even just success, or I'm just worthy in general.
Yeah.
I think I'm getting there, but it's a hard thing because then you don't want to be like, oh, I'm big headed. But then as a black woman, I think it's like we're always taught to kind of like tame ourselves down so we can kind of, even me, like I think sometimes I minimalize myself to make other people feel better.
Yeah.
100%.
And make them
you
feel
can't do that.
comfortable. Yeah.
I killed myself by doing that. I'm not going to lie to you. Like, you just can't. And it's a personal journey of allowing yourself to speak good things to yourself, because at the end of the day, that internal voice is all you have sometimes. Like, you're just here talking to yourself.
No, so right.
So yeah, it was a journey for me to understand the thoughts that were coming in that were like, oh no, you don't deserve that. Oh, why did that happen? That's not me. That's not even God. Like I have to shut that off and speak words of affirmation to myself.
100%.
But also know that I'm small on this earth. So I guess that's what keeps you kind of grounded in that. Do you get what I mean?
What kind of affirmations do you speak to yourself? No, I'm just trying to get this tea. I'm just trying to get...
Oh gosh.
I know, it's actually very private, sorry.
No, I wouldn't say I listen to a lot of kind of YouTube affirmations. I actually don't know what it says. I sleep to it.
Oh,
or like
amazing.
high vibration frequency. So things that raise your frequency of your vibration in terms of your energy.
Yeah.
I listen to a lot of that, and that helps me. Because on a day-to-day I find it quite tedious saying it. So I'd rather it just be imprinted into my subconscious mind. Or sometimes I can just listen to words or people preaching online and sleep to that. Like I feel like
amazing.
That really, really helps me without me having to actually do anything. But when I wake up, I always do gratitude. Just 10 things I'm grateful for all the time. That's been really helpful in being grounded, because I can have a few existential crises if I don't do that.
I have a question actually. So you got an undeniable influence. Even if you went 2 years without posting, people would still say your name, and people would still, of course, like you said, people mess you every day. How does that not allow you to be gassed? Because like you're such a sweetheart. No, but how does that? I always wondered, like, if I had lots of people being like, Vic, I miss you. I'd be like, I don't need this job. Do you know who I am? Do you know who misses me? Do you know who misses me out here? Like, how do you not allow that to inflate your ego, sort of thing?
First of all, I feel like I'm a reflection of a lot of people around me. I don't see it as me. So when people are saying, oh, they're nice, saying nice things, I'm like, thank you. But I feel like I'm saying thank you to everyone who's came before me, but also who's always around me, uplifting me. Like, if it wasn't for my family, if it wasn't for certain jobs that I've had, like, or people that have just looked out for me or been the person to speak life into me, like, I wouldn't have the confidence to do what I do. So I just can't ever take it as you're complimenting me. It's no, you're complimenting us, and it means that we're moving forward. I don't take things personally anymore as much as I can. Yeah.
No, you're really for the black community. You're really for the advancement.
I have to be now because I don't know. I think it allows everything that's happening in society to make sense to me.
Yeah.
No, definitely.
Yeah, I have to.
And like literally when you were saying about how, you know, Black Pound Day and all of us coming together, like this really, really does make a difference
Yeah.
to people's livelihoods.
Yeah.
Really, really and truly. Like
Yeah.
I didn't even deep it until you just said it actually.
Yeah.
Like, because some people are like, Black Pound Day. I'm just like, actually.
It makes a big difference.
I think sometimes I think I'm so in it that it seems normal. So when I step out of it, I'm like, oh yeah, it's not the norm yet. But hopefully, like, as more people get inspired about starting businesses and not even starting business, but just being aware of like their spending, I think that's when we will, as a unit, be able to progress a bit more and have a bit more freedom mentally. I guess through my influencing career and seeing how much I made other brands, that really striked a chord with me, because sometimes it wouldn't be just through sponsorships, it would be through affiliates. And I remember 2 years ago, I was doing like a lot of Black Friday stuff, which I wouldn't really do anymore, but I was doing that for a Pretty Little Thing. And then that weekend we made like 2.5k.
Just you alone?
Yeah, just through Instagram story stuff.
Okay.
And I was like, if I went to Pretty Little Thing now, I'm like, can you guys sponsor this? They would say no. They'd be like, you know, I'm like, how can I be, you know, money, it's a lot, like being tied to certain brands and things. So.
And even think like, not even just money, but like brand awareness.
Yeah.
Because you could be like, oh guys, I use this lip gloss.
Yeah.
And like, I might not buy it, but I might tell a friend, oh yeah, Lizzie suggested this lip gloss.
Exactly.
And she'll be like, oh, Lizzie Loves. Okay, cool. So it's just like, even that influence, that brand awareness is
such a good
is so mad.
Yeah.
It's so mad.
I think that's what encouraged me to be like, no, it's time to take ownership of these things. I don't like feeling powerless. I'm a little bit of a control freak, but I'm trying to like manage that. So it probably comes from that too. But yeah, when you recognize, no, we all have influence. We all have that power. We all have, you know, influence over each other's lives. So it's just putting the right things into our minds.
So you're making that money through affiliate link?
Yeah, that was Black Pound. Black
Oof.
Friday is always a big thing though for like influencers and brands. So yeah. That's when I saw the light. I said, no.
I need to put this into myself.
I have to put this into myself. Even if
yeah.
it takes longer, like I know the trajectory I'm on now, it will take like 10 years. And I'm a bit more comfortable with that. Because at least I know every day I'm working, taking small steps at a time to get somewhere a lot bigger that can help a lot more people. Yeah.
That's what I was going to say, actually. I know you you have something planned, but what else can we expect from Lizzie Loves, Keone, in the next 5-10 years then?
Wow, it's a big...
You mentioned 10 years, so I'm like, okay.
Even half the 5.
Okay, you can say 10 years. Hopefully with Keone, like I really want to move it on towards more personalised and get really into the tech aspect of it. So I want to get to a point where people can draw whatever they want, send it in.
Nice, yeah.
You know, do all that tech, AI, UI, UX stuff, and get the production and supply chain really streamlined so we own everything. But I think going towards more of a personalised aspect of things would be really nice for the jewellery. For Lizzie Loves, next year I want to start consulting a lot when it comes to like people who want to start brands and businesses. I think I have a lot of knowledge to offer, especially for the last 2 years. So that's something that I'm really focused on, just to... Sometimes when I feel like there's a lot in my brain, let me just help and bring it out and then move on to the next project. But yeah, mainly just staying consistent on YouTube is my next yearly goal.
You're like Rihanna. So you know how Rihanna...
Thank you for saying that. That's my goal.
You know how Rihanna's like, peace with the music? At least she came back to YouTube. Rihanna's like, peace. No,
Rihanna said, go.
She really said,
away.
deuces.
Yes. You know that song that she did with Just When We Believe It? She had, how many lines did she have on that song?
Like
5?
2 on repeat.
Repeat. So, and I watched the interview of her recently, and she said something like, I do my business, then I get bored, and then I'll move on to another thing. And then I get bored before it comes out, and I'm like, wow. But I feel like you and Rihanna, people like you lot,
No, but I rate
God
it.
has called
I
on
rate
you lot.
it.
Yeah.
I rate it. Yeah.
Rihanna is one of my role models though. She's just
Mm.
incredible. I think even the way that she's navigated being so public, going through the things that she's gone through, but still like just being such a boss and in her own womanhood, it's just amazing to see.
Yeah.
Obviously, you don't know everything, and she only shows us what we know, but we see the fruits of her
What we've
labor.
seen,
Yeah.
it's inspiring.
It's so inspiring.
Mm.
And yeah, she seems God-fearing as well.
Yeah.
Which is really nice.
Yeah, she's good.
I really love her. Right, shall we get into Black Excellence of the Week?
Yeah.
So in this segment of the podcast, we just talk about something excellent we've seen in the Black community. I don't want to put pressure on you. Do you want to go first?
The first thing that comes to mind is my friend Amma. She has a brand called Planted.
Yes.
She did incredible. Just Black Friday just gone. I think they did like 30k in sales for the weekend.
Insane.
I know that brand's gonna just go off.
Yeah.
We spoke about them on a few
we
episodes
actually
ago.
did.
And people actually told us that we made them buy it.
Yeah.
Good. Have you used it?
Sis?
Yes.
The follicles?
Yes. It's magic. When I tried it, I was like, what? Amma?
Because initially I was just like, sis, I've tried everything under the sun.
Yeah.
What do you know for me?
Mm-hmm.
Nah, guys, I would never saw you a lie. I ain't gonna go no affiliate code or nothing.
Neither do I. I've just been talking about it.
Wait, and do you know the packaging? Superb.
Yeah. The branding was phenomenal.
on point.
Yeah.
And I listened to a podcast like, this is what I mean, like you lot, like genius Black women who were like, we deserve this space and we are going to make stuff for our community. And we're not going to do it in a rubbish way. We're going to do it nicely and we're going to do it well. Customer service on point. You got a question? We there.
Yeah.
Social media on point. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I love to see it. And like, as you said, all of you lot are just going to be everywhere. It's going to be so undeniable. It's going to be kind of like, in the next, 10 years, you guys are going to be like sponsors of podcasts or like sponsors of events or stuff like that. Like, I'm excited.
Same.
Yeah, me too.
She's got really great energy. I remember I subscribed to her newsletter 2 years ago. I didn't know it was her. And I was just reading her newsletter. I was like, yeah, this girl, she's making me like, you know, when someone just kicks your butt. I'm like, okay, let me go and do my work.
I love her motivational tweets. I'm like, you read me for filth, but I needed to hear it.
Sometimes I just call her. I said, Emma, please just speak some life into me. But yeah, I remember subscribing to her newsletter. Then I unsubscribed because I was like, this is a lot for me. And then my friend bought me her brand this June. I started using it. I was like, what? It's actually growing. Like outside of the black castor oil that we've been religiously using.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow. So since then, I've just been like, yeah, planted, and just been trying to be as supportive to her as I can. So yeah, just to see her go from height to height is just amazing. And it's an addition that she's black. It's just excellent in her own right.
No, I agree. Vic, do you want to go next?
I actually don't have one this week, but maybe perhaps shout out to all the Black podcasts. Just shout out to you. Because I've seen a lot of us on the Spotify apps, like we made top 10 or top 20, top 30, top 50, etc. But like, even if you didn't, it doesn't mean that your podcast is bad or whatnot. But just shout out to you for continuously going. Like, I know this journey is hard. And if you are thinking about doing a podcast, do it. And like, hit me and just ask questions.
Today. Start today. Don't wait. Don't try to say, oh, it needs to be perfect. This needs to be lined up. Just do it. Don't talk yourself out of it.
And also another thing, if you do something, you don't have to look back at the first result. I will never look back at our first ever episode.
Yeah, I don't even want to listen back to it.
Ever.
I really don't.
I know my voice was trembling. So I will never, and you don't have to, like, and people message us all the time, oh, I love your first episode.
Yeah, we was doing free for it, and they love us.
You guys are great. So personable. When I listen, it's just like you're listening to your friend. That's what makes it great. Like,
we really, really, really wanted it to be like a conversational style.
It is.
But it just feels natural anyway. Like we're literally just friends talking. Yeah.
Who's yours this week?
So I have Masai Martin. She just broke the Guinness World Record for being the youngest executive producer of a major Hollywood film.
That's incredible.
14 years old when she produced Little. So
have you seen it? It's actually sick.
You know what? I was meant to watch it with Kaya, so I'm waiting to watch it with her.
I love it.
Yeah.
There's one scene where the man is naked. Just close her eyes.
Okay.
He's
Yeah,
fine too. You
might
know
have to
that guy? He was dating Jessie J. What is his name? Do you know who I'm on about?
I know who was it? Channing Tatum was.
No, the
oh,
black
not
guy.
him.
No.
Oh,
not
okay,
Channing
okay.
Tatum. I would have said Step Up if I was. What's the black guy that was? You lot will know if you know who I'm on about. You know who I'm on about. But yeah, that film is really good. She's incredible.
And of course, Lizzie Loves for coming back to our YouTube.
Oh, thanks, babe.
Coming back to us. All the listeners, all the
deserve.
subscribers. We did this for y'all.
Exactly.
You feel so special. Thank you.
Yeah, we're really happy that you're back. And please don't feel pressured as well. And
Exactly. Yeah.
I put it on myself.
Honestly.
It's nothing to do.
Like if you wanna go, if you not go, but if you wanna go again,
Look at Rihanna.
go
Bye.
again.
Bye.
We'll just have to firm it, innit?
Yeah.
Just buy from Coyote, innit?
It's true.
Cool. Firm it.
I actually have a code for you guys.
Oh no way.
Yeah. You guys being sent something too. But
Yeah, I got mine, and guys, I got the Scorpio because you know OVO gang in the building. I got the what else did I get? I got the Nigeria, and I also got 1993 because you know
yeah. You be repping.
I've been repping.
Oh,
You actually be
everything.
repping.
I'm literally like Drake. It's disgusting.
You are. You and him. Like I say it all the time, but Drake and Vic would actually be best friends.
Oh,
No banner.
I can see it.
I don't know why I wrote everything I do like 1993. Like what does that even mean? But I love it. It's honestly everything is top notch quality.
But that's part of the excitement of
Good.
Keone in it. Like it's nostalgia as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how it's meant to feel.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I'm glad you feel that. That's the intention that we put out.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Right, where can people find you and your brand?
So you can find us at kayoni.official on Instagram. You can find us at www.kayoni.com. Google that. And then YouTube me, Lizzie Loves. And you can see my social links in any of my description boxes.
What's the discount code for the people then?
That new to get £5 off.
Is it that like DAT or
Oh no,
that?
it's
Okay.
that.
Okay.
THAT. new to get £5 off our new in items.
Oh, I love to see it.
Okay, amazing. Thank you so much
Yeah,
for
thank
coming
you.
on.
Thank you for having me, guys.
No worries.
It was lovely chatting to you.
We're gonna invite you back again.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely.
I've had
Yeah.
it okay. It's my first.
No,
Oh, yeah, it's
honestly,
amazing.
you're fun.
Yeah.
People, they're gonna love this.
Yeah, they will. They really will.
Thanks, guys. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. All right. Catch us at Black Girls Living on YouTube and also on Twitter and Instagram. My personal account is jazz_BW.
And mine is Vic Sanusi on Instagram and Victoria Sanusi on Twitter. And you can give us a 5-star review on the Apple Podcast app and also on the Acast app too. So yeah,
All right.
have a blessed week.
Have a blessed week, guys.
Bye.
Bye.